Welcome to Subramani. Uh, a few days ago I did a post on why goal-based investing is the only way to invest. So now I'm talking to IFAs on how to help the clients stay focused on the goals. This you can do by doing two appraisals for clients as to see what is happening. Like companies do an annual appraisal. You could do it twice, and Diwali is a good time to be doing when you are checking out with the client about whether he's happy with the asset allocation. Remember, there is no like they say patthar ki lakir. It is not etched in stone as to how asset allocation should be done. A client's asset allocation can keep changing as his understanding of investing, SIP, returns, volatility changes. He is likely to be changing his asset allocation based on of course there will be tactical asset allocation based on his needs, but largely based on understanding the asset allocation which is happening, that could be changing. So check out whether he's completed his documentation. Maybe his daughter and son or somebody has become a major, so maybe their KYC has to be done, maybe their PAN number has to be updated. There is a small procedure today for converting minor accounts to major accounts. You have to fill up that form, you have to make sure that you have to give a fresh check because the money has to come from their account, right? So all these things have to be done. So this is the administrative and the clerical part of the appraisal which happens, and Diwali is a good time to be doing it. For example, if a client anyway puts money in PPF and he has not yet put it, it's better to remind him that the minute you put your money, you start getting your 7% tax free. So why would you delay it? Why would you not put it on the 1st of April? Okay, you missed out April, but at least do it in November, right? Don't have to wait till 31st of March to rush to put your money into PPF. In fact, April is a good time to put because your bank branches are not so crowded in terms of work. It's a nice time to be putting in the money if you are conventionally going there and putting. If you're doing it online, crowd doesn't really matter. so that check out on that, check out on the documentation, clerical documentation, proper documentation. Make sure his PAN card, Aadhaar card are all matching the will document that he has made. One good habit which I try to tell people, tell IFAs that they should do when they are dealing with clients is to ask the building society whether the will documentation is right. Just showing them a copy of the will, or make a photocopy or make a phone copy of the relevant clauses and send it to the society and check out whether that is fine. You don't want the society to come and say, oh, this is missing, that is missing, and then your loved ones will have, your clients' loved ones will have to struggle. And in this process, you will also learn how to do your own investment planning and your will writing and things like that, right? Max, remember that this year there is a change that dividends are taxable. So is it possible for you to transfer some of your shares to your children who are major? Remember, you will not incur any gift tax and you will not have any clubbing. You can also handle some small things like you can gift a 5 lakh rupee portfolio to your son, and your son one day, if he has got enough money of his own, give a gift of 5 lakhs to your wife, that is his mother. You could give to your daughter-in-law without attracting clubbing. He could give to his mother without attracting clubbing, assuming that the women have no other earned income. If your daughter-in-law is also earning, but she is earning much less than your son, then it's a good idea. If they are both earning equally, or the wife or your daughter-in-law is earning more than your son, then it's a bad idea. But then you can try the reverse. You can get her to gift some money to your wife, and you can give some money to your son, right? All those tax planning can be done. Make sure when you do tax planning, you take into account that there will be clubbing and you will have to include that clubbed income in your return. However, that won't apply when the son or daughter-in-law gift to your wife, because that is not gift coming from you. So some of these things, remembering your marginal rate of tax is higher than your wife's, or vice versa. If the husband has retired and the wife is still working, her income is likely to be much higher than yours. So planning your taxation, this is a good time. Good time to be rebalancing portfolios. I spoke about asset allocation, getting clients to pull some money out of some overheated sectors. Though I'm anti-sectoral, I'm more a bottom-up guy, so I would just pick up a share and I think it's a good share, I'll hold it through thick and thin. Unless of course if it's a sugar share and sugar is reaching its peak, so metals. If it's commodity, then I look at the cycle, but other than that, I mean automobiles also I don't look at the cycle, because markets will go up, markets will come down. But in case something has to be done, in case your client wants to pull some money out of an out of a healthcare fund and put it into a infra fund or anything, any conventional changes and unconventional changes, whatever, right? Non-consensus investing, like Rupal Bansali of Ariel says, right? Explore, I mean, I've done a post on charitable giving, so good time for clients to be thinking about charitable giving. Diwali is a time when you have to open your hearts to the people. If you're an IFA, charitable giving can come in the form of free services. If it's a client who's manufacturing, if there is a client who's say a notebook manufacturer, it is a fantastic idea to buy notebooks from him. Give it to all your clients so that they can do charity forward, right? So go and talk to your client, and I've seen one IFA do this. Some of the IFAs come out with absolutely brilliant ones, and trainers like us just go see what one IFA does and copies and tells the others that they can do. So this client had one this IFA had one client who was a big manufacturer of notebooks. So this IFA went and did a deal with him and said, look, I will buy notebooks of X quantity, give me a good price, because all this is money going to charity. So all these books are going to schools, going to a tribal school or tribal schools, depending on what quantity. Then he went and told all his clients, look, there is a scheme by which I can buy notebooks and give it to this school, and I want all of you guys to buy it. And so what happens when you buy things like books, it becomes a business expense for you. So you go and get a bill, you go and buy worth 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 worth of notebooks or pencils or whatever you want, coloring equipment, whiteboards, blackboards, whatever the school needs, just go buy it and do the charity, right? So helping a manufacturer do charity, helping other clients to put money with that client and to do charity, all these things can be done. You can buy software and give it to schools. Schools also have a lot of equipment, they need software. Software is a never-ending expense, it's huge, right? Asking clients to reduce the concentration, this is something which you have to do regularly, because a client who is very happy with the way the company is performing, take a guy who is working in HDFC Bank or any other top company, let's say Infosys. If he refuses to sell a share saying this is the greatest share in the world because he's been spending a lot of time there, but it is time to coax them into saying, okay, it's time you sold a little bit and put it into a mutual fund, because largely in the long run a well managed fund will outperform a single share, and you have to reduce concentration risk. Now these are not things which you can say once and forget, because clients have to be reminded this regularly. So do that. Make sure that the clients who are older have made some arrangement for somebody younger to handle their money when they are not around, or when the husband is not around, who will help the wife handle it. It is emotional to say I will handle it, but very many IFAs are just not capable. They just don't have the time of handling so many people. So create an expertise, create somebody who will help a 80-year-old lady who doesn't understand to manage her portfolio, because many men when they manage, they don't tell their wives what they are doing, or rather they don't communicate as well as they should, right? Everything is not kept in writing, so the woman may not know. So maybe you should do some coaching classes for people, saying how should you manage your money when you're 80, how should you manage your money when you're 85, right? Those kind of sessions are important. maybe this is a good time when you can do some offline sessions, right? Think of all this. Thank you.